Where my girls at?
Taking the spicy note, keep it locked in.
Where my girls at?
Keep on watching while the beat keep knocking.
Where my girls at?
You love the flow, it's the ladies' show.
Where my girls at? Yeah. Where my girls
She stated that if a man doesn't want their girl to work, then she needs double her bills.
OnlyFans ain't popping for no fucking reason. Come on now.
And yo, back in the day, those type of men, they said that those type of men are
tricky.
They trick.
addicted.
tricky.
They're addicted to the trick, not
Okay, well,
they want to
hello.
give their money.
You know what a man might say? Well, if you're not working and you want double your salary, so what are you doing with that time? Now, respectfully, I mean, if you have demands, then I think that's the conversation where there's certain needs that need to be met on both sides. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You want this double your salary, but then what work you doing with that salary? No problem, but you got to work for this shit. And so if a man comes with that requirement, he has that right too. I mean, it goes. The fact that we even have to put a dollar amount on stuff, the fact that we have to safeguard ourselves on that level is a problem. You know what I'm saying?
The fact that girls put money on their pussy now is a problem.
That's because you know why? A dude, you give a dude your heart for nothing. And
that's where that all came from.
And then now it's like, well, shit, if I'm gonna give you my heart, might as well have a Lambo in the driveway. Not saying it's okay.
My heart.
It's still a problem. It's still a problem.
But we give it even more than a heart. Like, you're going to get involved in something with a person, and then you have to wind up going to the doctor, or you got this issue and that issue it costs to prep it and get it ready. What is it going to look like? But before you go, all this stuff, and to take care of it and keep it like that, is that a free moment? Is that a free moment? Is it really a free moment? The upkeep of something that somebody else wants, right?
No, I was gonna say, now let's throw a little
wrench.
Yeah. Now, what if it was a man saying like, okay, I got he got the word, he laying it down, he doing everything. He's saying a woman got to pay me double this. What would the standards be with that? Would you?
My standards is he needs to stop trying to change gender roles and be what a man's supposed to be. Pick stuff up and put it down and be the king of your cat. If you're going to be a king, be a king. You can't be a king sometimes and appoint other places. Stop playing around. Kings do not complain about the kingdoms. They don't care. They're not complaining. They got things to take care of.
We different things. They complain about everything. Now you see Benzino crying.
Men don't even want to pay for dinner nowadays.
Being a king. Kings, how you gonna be like a king? And if I'm doing kingly things, and I'm a king too, then we got two kings here. What is we doing?
That's the problem. We don't give space to submit because we got too many men that want to match our energy. Like, bro, no. Bro said, sister brother, sit down. No.
And I also think that things gotta be real. If this is a chessboard, the whole game is about protecting the queen. Period. That's what it's about, right? And you got kings, but then you got pawns, right? You got lots of other things. I think the biggest thing people can learn in this society is play a position. Everybody can't be a king. Everybody can't be a chief, because who's fighting? Who's doing this?
And unfortunately,
play a position.
Everybody can't be a queen either.
No,
exactly. Play a position. Everybody's role is still integral to the growth of the whole thing. That's the point in it. People think that, if I'm not that, and that's the trap off for women, right, that they created for us. If I'm not that, then I'm nothing. If I'm not this, whatever the world decides to say is the face of beauty, right? One thing we're gonna be like, if I'm not that, then I'm nothing. If I'm not that, then I'm nothing. Instead of the understanding that we are because we are. We're beautiful because we are. Because we're human, and there's so many that are not, right? So the reality is that part of the situation is nobody has to qualify or quantify who they are on this planet. But the way that the situation has been built, women are each other's competition.
It's
Right?
girl.
It's like Highlander. They can only be one,
Yo,
right?
and
So
that's
you gotta beat
right.
exactly
everybody else.
bring me back to, and that's exactly why I made it my business. I grew up always being pegged as pretty Mia, but then people look at you and they build their life on how you look, not what your experience go through, right? So today, here it is. It ain't so pretty because now I expose me. I take off the lashes. I be looking rough. I don't give a this is my life. This is me. Now you're gonna build the story that it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, my crown came out. I said, well, I'm not rushing. I was so depressed. Jay talk about depression. I was deep. Talk about it. I was like, well, I didn't have any health insurance. I have nothing. So this gonna stop me from fuck this. I'm being me. And I did not rush to go fix shit because this is I want to know, I want people to know what I look like every day.
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
I want we
All
gotta
right.
love each other as we are.
Yep.
All these people we getting, I'm saying, let me just say this last part. We getting
Yeah.
all these alterations to our bodies, and we got daughters.
Yo, I
What are
wanted
we
to get my
telling our
body done.
daughters?
I wanted to get my body done, and I've
Yo,
been
who
hating it.
didn't? Of course, there's no woman out here that didn't want to get their body done. We've been pressured to feel like that.
Yeah,
Shit, it
You have
but
to
takes
fix something.
but now you have people like Cardi B that's trying to,
Take it
be
out.
stars and
reverse
now
it,
Yeah.
right?
Bernice
trying.
Burgos just went to produce
I
some work
just seen
too.
that too.
Oh wow.
I just seen that.
Leray tells her boyfriend that liking another woman's
Oh
picture
yeah.
on Instagram is cheating. So, gurus, why do you think she said that? Because clearly liking a post is not cheating. So, what do you think she was saying, or what she was actually saying by that?
I'm telling him not to fucking like nobody's pictures.
Okay.
Period.
Him, you're mine.
You know
And
what she
how
was?
it leads to how in the new age of communication, right? We're talking about the new age of communication. Communication can get very, very close with people, very, very up turning quickly into physical right
It
now
can
in the
turn a like into a DM
Yep.
exactly very, very quickly,
very
right? Because
quickly.
that's what people
Jay,
are
we
looking
can't
for, that
see.
that hit, that feeling, that adrenaline. People we so low on that serotonin and that feeling of what life could feel like, that we
Mhm.
need all of this attention from the outside on us so that lots
Mhm.
of us can feel like we're something. And
Mhm.
that is going to turn into what? Emotional cheating, right? Because no physicality ever has to happen when you have intimacy happen between two people.
Yep.
He could be telling this chick or whoever all of your personal business. She know more about you and you don't even know she exists.
Okay.
We
Okay.
just know
So
what
yeah,
a like today, unfortunately. That yeah, exactly what you said.
a like
Exactly,
is just not a
exactly.
like.
We just know exactly. We know what a like means nowadays.
And it's
Yeah.
like,
And
when is a
Especially
even
like
his
coming from
really
men.
just a like?
and even his response. Remember, he was like, "Oh, I just accidentally double tap." See, when you have responses like that, that's when you
Mm,
like, "Come on, son,
He
you say
didn't.
stupid."
no,
He
that's when I need
okay.
to
Should have
accidentally
untapped
See,
double
it.
when you
tap.
say do
Untap it.
stupid shit like that,
It
that's
I
was
when
need
an
to
it's like
double tap
immature.
something
that's when you you
real
you
quick.
you make clear what your intention was in the beginning when you give bullshit responses like that. So
Mhm.
then
I
you
th-
Yep.
make me have to emotionally
Double tap.
safeguard myself now, you
Mhm.
know?
I
Because
think it
it's like,
No,
was.
Mia
bro,
love,
come
you just
on.
gotta double tap
I'd rather
something.
you
I
just
gotta
say
double
I
tap
like
you too.
I'd rather you just say, "Oh, I thought it was nice," rather than, "Oh, I accidentally doubled." It's like, come on, man. That's
Mhm.
that's where you insulting
That's a
my
dumb, like a chick
And
to
intelligence.
say
how
You know
that.
about when
what?
I gotta?
Can I say this though?
Mhm.
I think that I think that they both had a point, but I think they both were coming short.
So
Oh,
what did Justin say though? Like, what was
yeah. So
his?
what happened is I think that Justin uh did not think about her position, and
Mhm.
she
Right.
couldn't verbally explain her position. So her position is a well respected artist who who is known all over, right? And she happens to be going with this guy. Now, what he has to understand is that she has a position, and anytime he likes a woman's picture,
Right.
they gonna take that and run with it. So they
Absolutely.
gonna say, "Oh, Coy Leray's boyfriend
He's at
always
me.
stay liking my pictures," and
Like
then
we
they gonna
said.
add that he be in his in the
Yup.
DM when
Like
he
we
don't.
said, a like ain't just
Yeah.
a like anymore.
But that's the
Unfortunately.
responsibility of fame. That's the responsibility of celebrity and the responsibility of fame. And, we're in a place where just because somebody is famous does it not mean, or is a household name or has a level of celebrity, does not mean they know how to manage that in a way that is positive for them and others around them.
Absolutely.
Because the idea that celebrity can exist with a whole bunch of foul behavior, it's irresponsible, right? So you would know that your foul behavior, if you're going to do it, keep it in the depths of some place in your space. Don't have it be online. Don't send nothing from anybody from your digital devices.
Gurus, a lotto ticket worth $12.8 million is at the center of a big
This is
legal fight.
hilarious.
On November 24th, a customer came in and played their lucky numbers. The manager printed $85 worth of tickets, but the customer only paid for how much is that? $60 worth of tickets. The leftover tickets was placed on the counter. The next day, the manager comes in and looks through the tickets and finds the winning ticket and purchases it. Gurus, whose money is that?
The last person.
The question is,
Well,
did the man? So was it the store person's problem? Like, did he forget to give this man his stuff?
no, the
No.
man only paid for $60 worth of it. And the way the parts of the story I heard was that there's supposed to be some kind of rule that if a customer comes in and doesn't pay for the rest of the tickets revert back to the store.
Makes sense.
Oh,
Right?
so it's not his money?
That would
No,
make
it's supposed to,
sense.
that's the rule. The rule is the store. When he found the ticket, apparently he went out, then came back in and acted like, because people can buy, that's what it is. If tickets are left over, then people can buy them, right? Because they were already tickets,
Right.
whatever. So he went out and came back in and paid for the ticket like it wasn't him. And then
you're going to jail.
quit the job. I was like, oh, I don't need this job no more.
You going to jail.
Right?
Stores.
Then got this money. The store is saying it reverted to the store one of their money because it's like it's ours.
Yeah.
Because the tickets were printed and they were there and they should have reverted back to the store. So
So that's gonna be interesting.
So it's the store's money.
but the fact that you left, came back like it wasn't
The next
yours.
day.
If he didn't do that, it would have been a different story.
You could have sent somebody else, yo. Like,
Send
what's
somebody
up?
else stupid.
I would have got somebody off the street. Something.
And then you come back into work. And it's like, I don't want this job no more. Let me take over this and this.
Man, you know
Oh my
what?
gosh. I
hate
did
this
not
shit.
know that was the whole story. How
to jail.
that
You're
is
going
so
to jail.
annoying.
I quit.
Yeah.
He messed it up for everybody.
Of course.
I quit.
That's
could have shared the money.
He should be on like dumbest criminals.
You know what it's like though?
Definitely.
It's like the dog. It's like the story of the dog that has the bone, and he's trotting past this lake. He looks in the lake, basically sees a reflection of himself with a bone, but he don't realize it's him that he sees. He just wants the bone that the dog in the lake
has.
He starts fighting with this dog from a distance, and in their interim to grab the dog in the lake's bone, he loses his bone. And then he realizes the dog in the lake. Exactly. Be happy with what you got.
Yeah.
You could have shared that money with somebody. You could have been like, well, you know what? It's this much. You know what? I'll break you off that much. If you just go get
Greed,
whatever
baby.
comes out, your debts come out of it, and then we can meet up.
It wasn't meant for you.
You better know what greed looks like, smells like, acts like.
That's why.
Gurus 50 Cent, T.I., and Tip's sons are going to war after 50 Cent posted a photoshopped offensive picture of Tiny on his IG page. 50's post drew outrage across social media. Everybody has seen the picture and the back and forth, so let's get right to it. Who is wrong and who is right?
We know who
Who do you think?
Do we even need to ask
Right.
that for real?
And who do you think would win in a versus battle? 50
Let's not
or
even go
T.I.?
there.
I mean,
I mean, I
Go
think
ahead, ladies.
I think Fifth would win the verses.
I
Just
don't.
personally,
I don't.
only
Me neither. I
because
think Tip would. I'm with
Yes,
Tip.
I do.
I'm
I
with
yeah,
Tip
do.
because
I don't
because of lyrical parts.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm with Tip.
I'm
I
on the
don't
fence
know.
because I love me some 50, but
I love
I just know more
music.
50
I
songs, I
love
think.
Tip
I love
too.
50 songs because of what was pushing 50 and because
Yeah,
he's East Coast.
yeah,
But 50 to me, I mean, I love 50, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But I feel like the lyricism, like Tip has a
I
lyricism.
definitely get
Right.
where
And
you're coming
this is
from.
And
not
I
about
in a
love.
definitely get where you're
cipher,
Yeah,
coming from.
you
It's
hearing
right.
you
Right.
hearing the street, the trap
but
and the
but
jewels
verses
together.
about hits. Verses is about each of them
Oh,
having hits though, not the lyric part.
T.I. got hits as the king of the South.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just know more
Albums.
50 songs
Oh,
than I
yeah,
Well,
do,
let me say this:
you know.
as a Queens QGTM Queens get the money. You know what I'm
And
saying?
me too,
Mhm.
I love what 50 has represented for, from started from the bottom. Now we here. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
love that, but when it comes down to the trolling and the systemic bullying shit that he, you know what I'm saying, and the bully that beating on women shit, I can't fuck with that. I can't fuck with that. So when we talk about the love of 50, we love the idea of him, but we really, when we talk about the music, it's like, really, what is your message right now? Because really, where's your
Mhm.
music at? Because right now you just a troll.
For me, I think it just gets a little extreme. I think the trolling is like the laughing and the joking in the wake of people's problems. I think that's an issue.
It's a
And
huge issue. It's a
I think
problem.
he's using too much personal. Like we can make jokes and this, but somebody's life is on the line. Somebody's in jail. Something passed away,
I
and
don't
this
know.
is
And look who he
That's
beating
how
on.
he
He
do
beating on
though.
us.
I was about to say they be saying all bets are
And
off
he
and
beating
going
on
back and
us.
forth now.
Listen. The one thing I always say: black men most targeted, black women least protected, and we have been men like 50 adding to that shit. You can't know. We already, first off, Tiny, not saying good, bad, or indifferent. If she doing all this to herself, it's already showing like there's a lack of self love somewhere, right? But then if we look at Tiny, we can compare to every woman that's had some alteration on her. We got to, you know what I'm saying? And why are we doing that? Because niggas don't know how to just accept themselves as they are anymore. We are not accepted. Let's talk about the systemic fucking problems before we talk about what music does. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
At the end of the day, okay, it's true that, the man was asking for verses and
That's how it really started.
yeah,
I heard, yeah, it
And
started with
Fifth
Right.
that.
responded
Sorry,
with
I go deep with shit.
he responded with the picture. And
Yeah, so
so
where's the music?
the what's
You don't want to do the
interesting to me
verses.
is that it was an innocent type of thing. Like it was a yo, can I get this versus battle into another human being that's going to hate another human being for the rest of his life because you said something about him.
About his mother. Like that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Where's the music? That's a cop out. When you don't have, that's what motherfuckers do when that's what people do when they don't have nothing to do. They start throwing jabs and they start hitting you where it hurts because they can't beat you anywhere else.
it's a petty personality, right? Because sometimes what we do in the industry is sue to make a point based on something. But if the way, and I say that to say how he got involved in stuff with Tierra Marie, right? You know she don't
Oh
have the money.
God, I
When you
forgot he
did
trolled
the
the hell out
suing,
of her.
see,
Ooh,
when you did the suing and you won the suit, winning the suit is for the thing for some of us when we know that another person doesn't have the money and doesn't have the means,
Right.
right? But like, okay, so that's one thing. But then if you see the way treats his son, people should understand like who that
What to
human
expect?
being is because he doesn't even treat his son well, right?
What is he?
He
What to
doesn't have a
expect?
relationship with his. That you guys are like, you have to understand. He does not care.
That's
There's
the
not
I
a
know.
problem.
care in his
That's the
vote.
problem.
There's
So
not,
that's the
but
thing.
but
But we should have
that
known
is
that from back
him.
then. People don't
But
need to be coming out now being like, oh my
it,
gosh,
it's
oh my
been
gosh,
like
oh my
it's been
gosh.
like that
He
from
used
when
to
his
sound like
mother
crap.
died. It's
But
been
that's
like
what I
that
was
since when
saying,
his mother
ladies.
died.
But that's what I'm
It's
saying. When I
a
talk
toxic
about a
person, though.
systemic problem, this
Yeah.
is what I'm talking about. We got to start
Toxicity.
looking at like why we are so angry at each other, why our men are so angry, why we beating up on each other.
But
So,
he picks on other people besides women. He don't just pick on women. He picks on everybody. He will pick on his own kid. He does not give a fuck. But he's a troll.
That's his job. That he
That's
knows.
what he
That's what
does.
he
That
self-proclaimed.
that's his
Self-proclaimed.
marketing stuff too. Like, I
He's
mean, if you think
he's
about it, like there's a gimmick behind all of
and
this
he
shit.
said when I
Right.
get quiet, he said, so when I get quiet, what are y'all gonna do? Let me see something. It's gonna be kind of
Right.
boring. It's gonna be kind of boring unless I
Yeah,
say
because
something
he
because
riles
nobody's
people up.
drumming up any.
Look, we're
He
talking about him now. He's a
right,
topic.
and he's doing that. He got the whole family hustle making music, even the little girl.
Right.
Talk
And they say,
about don't talk about my mama or whatever. Don't mess with my
Right.
mama, which I like that shit. It's cute.
That she was
But
so cute.
he's over there making business deals and still filming and
of course.
making money, and he's not losing no fucking sleep.
It's all a marketing thing. You know what I mean? Like that's basically
Exactly.
what it is. He's very good at it. He was good at it when he was doing his shows, promoting his shows and all that other stuff. When he had the young boys going back and forth with each other. Who was it? The dude from BMF. That's
Big me, Chip.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch. That's what I'm saying. He got a whole list of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a smart man. Absolutely.
Right.
Businessman, exactly.
And we really don't know, like, if they're gonna make amends after this. You know what I'm saying? Things we
What's
don't
so
know. We
crazy?
just
We don't even know if they
go in the
behind the
media.
scenes.
but
We don't even know if they're
Exactly.
already buddy behind the scenes.
Right. Like,
Go at
remember
it on the internet.
remember
I
what
did.
media stands for. Media stands for illusion.
We've reached a point in our show called Your Q&A with the Lady Guru Show. And if you have a question you would like answered on the show, keep DMing our active page and we will try to get you a response. So here it goes. My wife is a constant money spender. She literally looks for ways to spend money, and it's hurting our bottom line. I explained to her that we can't spend as much as we used to because prices are up and we are having problems making the bills. She does have a job, but we need both our salaries to make ends meet. I've talked to her the best way I can, but at this point, even if I bring it up, it causes a big argument. I've even thought about separation. Ladies, how should I talk to her, or should I stop talking to her about it?
I apologized to him last night about it. I know I have a shopping problem. I should have stopped a long time ago. That is a serious. It's like an addiction.
Ooh, it is.
Look, I ain't gonna hold you. Look, I was out. I did groceries early this morning just to come. I got packages downstairs I didn't bring up because I have the phone anymore. Every day I have something in the Amazon cart. I don't care if it's toothpaste.
Oh, all right. So,
I'm
okay.
so happy Jay said that. Keep going, Jay. Nah, because that's real. What she said is so
It's like
real.
it's really, really bad. I get paid. I'm like, okay, yeah. What am I getting? Like, it's so bad.
You know what? But the funny part, not the funny part of it, what I try to explain to my children when I think about all of it is about what marketing is, the psychology of marketing. You got to explain it, but then you have to realize for her to understand what's going on, to try to delve into what's creating it. Because shopping, like food, like sex, like any type of thing that's considered an illegal drug is usually there to create usually people are using it for self-medication to make oneself feel better because of serotonin,
Like
because
Jay
of
said,
any
the
other
I
tonin.
kid you
This,
not.
this,
Yes.
and that dopamine, it feels good.
Right.
Like when you
It
it
does
feels good
something
to
to the
know.
serotonin.
What do you think,
Oof,
Debbie? I want to hear Debbie. We ain't
feels
get to hear
good.
Deb. Let's what you want. I want to hear Deb. Come on, Deb.
Well, I mean,
She was with me yesterday shopping, right, Debbie?
Listen, I surely
Y'all ain't
was.
shit because you
Okay,
ain't
I
come
wasn't
and get
playing no
me.
games. I was
We come
But
and
ready.
get you
anyway,
tomorrow, girl.
that's a problem.
But no, for me, I had to tone it down even for myself because I'm not an online shopper. That was never really my thing. Because when I spend my money, give me my product right now. I don't want to
Right, right, right.
go 5 weeks. No, thank you. So I have a problem with going to the store. So as soon as I get my little change, I'm going to the store and go find me
Oh
little
God, I do not need
clothes,
friends like
shoes,
y'all. Okay.
hair, nails, purse, anything that's just like, even I will go to the beauty supply store knowing damn well I don't need nothing, but
Yep.
I can always use something here.
But
Oh yeah, I
Always.
remember I needed this. Oh yeah, I forgot I needed this. But it all comes down to, in this situation, is how are you guys? Are you guys looking to get a home? Are you looking, like, what's the goal here? Is it just day to day paying bills? Because you something, of course, is always going to have to take a sacrifice, but in the same time you got to live your life. Bills is always going to be there.
now,
Right.
if she
When
don't
you
Yes,
when
listen
you're
to
it
there,
But
yep.
here's
if
the thing.
if she don't listen to him, right?
Right.
If they
breaks the
don't come
marriage.
to a if they don't come to a means to wherein they could get from A to B to C,
I want
Then
to
the
speak.
marriage will
Yeah.
fail.
what should
The
be
marriage will
his
fail.
reaction? What should he say?
I
Exactly.
probably separate.
Well, listen, let me say this before we even separate, because you made a really good point, Jay. And that's why we were talking on the point of it, the addiction side. You know what I'm saying? That's really an addiction. You know what I'm
You're like
saying? So
gambling.
so we gotta it's no different. It's no different, you know? So now it's like now it takes that partner to be able to identify like this is an addiction, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because we
Mm-hmm.
don't have that many people that are that emotionally aware. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So now to be able to identify it as an addiction and identify it as a problem, now you know how to be able to take the necessary steps. But here's the thing. Now the person, the wife, has to be able to recognize she has an addiction.
Yeah,
She
and
has
she
a
has to take
problem.
the steps, and
And
she
if
Yeah,
has
she
to
she
has
work
to
to
take
take the
cannot,
steps.
accountability on that.
right.
Yep.
Good
And if
luck
she
with
does
that.
not do that, if she does not do that,
Ain't gonna
then
work.
he has to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
That's
gonna
Like if
work.
it.
she's come like
Period.
sir, if she's combative with you, yeah, then
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of people don't understand the behaviors that what our
Mm-hmm.
behaviors, the message that our behaviors truly communicate. You know,
They always say marriage is a business, right?
Oh, it
sure the
is.
fuck
Yes,
So
is.
so
definitely.
where it, so if marriage is a business, where is the executive? Where is the
that's a good
executive?
question.
God,
He's a
baby,
money maker.
God is the executive, baby.
The COO, I think, so for me, in the business of marriage, because I was just talking about earlier with my kids, the business of parenting and the business of marriage, right? If we don't have, we have to have we have to have some kind of a common agreement on how these things are going to work. Are we what, co-managers? Right. But even as a co-manager, you still have to be responsible for something clear cut, and somebody else has to be responsible for something clear cut. The
Exactly.
responsibility and the roles
Right.
have to be discussed,
Understood.
and we don't, and I don't believe we actually do that much talking in the beginnings of relationships. We talk about, oh, love, but not the, and I was, that's what I was talking about with my kids. We talk about love, but we're not talking about the business of marriage,
That's
right?
because mofos don't understand it.
There's a bit of selfishness in this thing. In other
Mm,
words, like, yo, if you know that it's hurting your bottom line, right?
yep.
And you know that this situation is real. You know when the light bill comes that you can't hardly make it because you went and
Mm,
spent some
That's her
yeah,
That's
responsibility
the
too.
addiction, though.
Yeah,
That's
you know
the
what I'm
that's
saying?
addiction.
And
When
then
you
that becomes a weight. And now you're stressing your partner,
what you don't want
your
to do.
right, the partner that you came into this with. Now you're stressing that person, which means that now you're stressing the institution of what you call yourself bonded with, which
but
means,
absolutely.
that's
which
what the
That's
means,
father
why you
does,
gotta go.
though.
which means. Earlier in the week, Benzino pulled up to Tasha K to tell his side of how Althea, his BM, and Diamond from Love and Hip Hop tried to run him over with a car, and how they tried to kidnap his son. So, gurus, what in the who, what in the who is going on?
Hi, I just want to start off here by saying 50 is a Cancer, Benzino is a Cancer. The end.
Yeah, we don't care.
I didn't know that.
Unhinged. They're unhinged. Just yeah.
Don't date a
That was the
Cancer.
memo.
I
Wait,
didn't know that.
and I think there's a little bit of a correction. I don't think it was Diamond from Love and Hip Hop.
It was. She was on Love and Hip Hop with Scrappy.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
Love and
Yeah,
Hip Hop.
Diamond.
You know what I'm thinking? You know what? It was
Yeah.
Diamond. You know what I'm thinking? You know what? Damn it. Damn the damn baddies. Damn the baddies. I'm thinking of the baddies. It was Diamond from Love and Hip Hop. You're
Was
right.
Diamond.
Okay. Forgive it.
Okay. So the fact that
Take that away.
the fact that Benzino pulls up to Tasha K of all people
Right.
after he criticizes Tasha K and he pulls up to her podcast and says this.
She's been giving me hell with Zeno. I've never got on the internet with it for a while. We haven't spoke with each other. We ain't messed with each other. But this woman would call me and just come down to the house. There's a blind spot with the tree, so I can't see nothing, but I do see these other kids crowding around like it's a fight. So I'm like, what the hell? So I pull up. It's Althea grabbing Zeno. She's running. There's a street here, there's a park here, and there's another street. She's running across. Now there's 2 police officers there. I jump out the car, run across the park. I'm looking at them like, yo, she got my son. I run over there. There's a black brand new Escalade, or it looked like a new Escalade. We go over there. She throws Zeno in the car. I think the window's down. I go to see like what the hell's going on, because at this point I seen Althea, but I'm tripping like somebody got my son. She's doing this in front of the kids and everything. I runs past the police. There's 2 officers. Go over there. And so I'm like, yo, hey, what are you doing? As I go to the car, the window's down or the window, I try to put my window in the car to say, like, hold up, slow down. Diamond kind of pulls off, like squeezes fast as hell. I didn't even know it was Diamond. Flies up the street. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of twisted me. My arm got messed up. My back's a little messed up. Hit my head on the car. And I definitely messed up my arm. The doctor, they sent me to a specialist. He said that he thinks there's a slight fracture in there that the x-ray didn't pick up. The ambulance comes. I go to the hospital. I'm sad. I'm angry because Althea has them. And she must have showed police the original 2019 form where she's the primary. We have joint custody, but she's the primary. Based on what Zeno told DFACS and everything, I'm sitting in the hospital. Right after they called me and said, we are bringing Zeno back to you. Zeno's sleeping right in the room right now. They brought Zeno back, took him because she wasn't supposed to have him in the first place.
They both need a restraining order. They both need a restraining
order.
Wait,
who needs a restraining order? Him and Althea?
The both of them. Yeah, the both of them against each. They be going.
Yo, since Love and Hip Hop, they've been going.
Girl, this is like 2015.
Yo, I'm about to say, how many years has it been?
Listen, it's been 10 plus years now. Y'all need to give this up now. Y'all, the kid is involved. Come on. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I just want to know.
Like, come on.
I want to know how a man that was so integral and creating a publication that got to the point of being worldwide, from hip hop, from us being worldwide, groundbreaking, has devolved into this thing that we see right now.
Yeah.
I do not understand. For the life of me, when I'm even the physical, when I'm looking at the person, I'm like, what am I looking at? And then the braids and not the braids and the
neck and no neck.
It does, and losing more of the neck and the human growth hormone, working out in the gym. Like, I don't understand what I'm looking at, yo. I get so disappointed.
He's a chupacabra.
Yeah, for real.
Chupacabra.
I'm thinking about all of this, the way
Walker
used to be, double XL, the sauce. Like, this is, you was looking for them, trying to, who's the next? This, like being a trendsetter and exposing the best of us in the best way that was so comparable with other mans. Like, yo, what?
He has had a lot of run-ins. He has had a lot of run-ins.
No, he got beat up by the, I don't know, the music industry just
He fell off.
turned him into a
He's been
kid.
off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
He
he was
His
like,
daughter
Somebody
bigger than him.
blackballed
he
him.
was a
his
director
feelings
of,
are hurt.
but he was
His
the director
feelings
of
are hurt.
visuals. How
He
you
need
so
therapy.
off? What made it happen? Like I look, I need them answers. I want to know what happened, yo. Tell us.
He angry. He just always got a problem. It's like,
If I was
bro.
out there, I would pick up and move to
Let me.
another state.
She can't. She can't. She gonna keep
Right.
the kid. She gonna keep. Remember, if she leave, he gonna be like, oh, because she got they both share custody, but
Oh, I
has
would be
he
like,
has primary custody.
I would go and ask for permission to go
I'm
to
telling you,
another
he gonna give her
state.
a hard time. Trust me when I tell you, he's already doing it. He's already
Benzino, you
doing
know
it.
what's the problem? Well, first, shout out to the great dads because thank God for men that want their kids. So he
Yeah.
wanted them. Let's give him a shout out for that. But
Can't
Benzino,
Let's
can't
give him
can't say much for Coy look,
but
Oh,
Benzino,
for his daughter.
yeah, because
Coy.
they're gonna say that she older now. So once you got your own mind and stuff like that, and
Yo,
you
come on, bro.
got your own decisions, it's like,
Yeah, but you
I
still
don't
can't. Your kid is still your kid. You know.
exactly,
right?
exactly,
That's how I always look at it.
exactly. They don't, they don't
Again, the morals, right?
I
own with
gotta
their lives.
do more history on him to know his. I was to remember actually the story of his daughter. I don't listen. I'm gonna be honest. I don't be giving a fuck about Benzino.
Yeah,
I
and the rest
don't.
of them too.
He is
And the
so
rest of them.
irrelevant. He is so irrelevant, and only time we do hear about him is when he is complaining
You're
about
wrong.
someone.
Or he's
That
doing
is
something
it.
weird. That's
Listen,
what I'm saying. I mean, I don't care about him whenever I see him.
I'm
But
just
I do
like,
want to know what happened, yo. Like, how were you
wasn't
such
they
a
just talking about?
pioneer?
I just
Wasn't
did
they
a
just talking
spoof
about
video behind him.
him and
Jeez.
Bobby Valentino?
How were you a pioneer?
Oh,
Him and Bobby Valentino. Like, what we doing? What we?
yeah.
They
I
both fell
heard.
off.
Yeah.
I don't
We
understand.
tried to revive Bobby. We tried to revive Bobby when he was coming around with his little song. So he was a little bop when he was, when he was out at the time when he was out. But
When you seriously analyze somebody and find out that they're not for you,
That's that part. We
and
have
you
to understand that.
that part, a lot of times what people want to do is convince
but
themselves out of it because that's what they want.
But
but
that's
that
And they're
because
okay
requires
with it
knowing
wanting
yourself.
that.
yeah,
but
That
that
Wanting that.
requires
And they're
knowing
absolutely
yourself.
disappointed.
that
They're
part.
disappointed in their self that this is what I really. And so now the world got you analyzing yourself to find out why you're not sticking with something good, right?
That's an
Right?
emotional
It's just not
intelligence.
for you.
But that's an
Not
emotional intelligence that they don't have. Listen, that is an emotional intelligence that they obviously
How is
don't have.
somebody
It
supposed
takes
to get to know you when they don't know themselves?
for
that's
real
another thing too.
that part. That part.
okay.
You can
All
never
That's
the
a whole
say
other
falseness
conversation.
and
They
all the
don't they don't
falseness.
they don't know what not only just stimulates them, but they don't know what puts them in the place where they close up or they push people
Yeah,
out.
they don't even understand their own. They don't even understand how they got there. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
there are teachers on this planet and there are learners on this planet. And human beings really need to understand that where I might be a teacher here, I'm a learner here.
But
Where I
well,
might be a learner here, I am a teacher here.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you meet a teacher
Mm-hmm.
does not mean that you get rid of who they are because you believe that you are greater. You have to be able to have enough discernment inside of you to understand what a teacher looks like. And when the universe has sent you something to teach you something, that
Mm-hmm.
is a deficit in your character.
see, but
Instead of, and people don't do that. They're so busy believing that I'm telling you something. I'm telling you when you learn something. When do you learn something? When
but
do
see,
Mm-hmm.
you
that's the
elevate?
thing. That's okay. And I'm gonna. I absolutely agree with you. But I'm a sweeten it even more. Because that to me teachers and learners like to be the teacher you got to learn. So that's not
Right.
even. I'm gonna say the difference is between bosses and leaders. So the boss is the mofo that sit back with the shiny shoes, tell you how to tell you what to do. But leaders very rarely wear shoes. Leaders' feet are dirty, and they those are the ones that's gonna show you how to get there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. It's understanding the positions, but being a leader don't always look pretty. So people don't always want to hear what the leader look like. Hear the stories, the steps of the leader. They want to hear what the boss looks like because the boss is sitting with the shiny fucking shoes, telling everybody what to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. We have a problem with identifying who we need to listen to because they don't look like what we feel we should be listening to, what the world says we should be listening to. If that makes sense. Stop involving people in your freaking business. Stop involving people in your relationship. Know who to know who to take advice from. Because not everybody can give you healthy advice.
Are you mad because I'm asking you 21 questions?
Probably. People probably mad. You know why? Because it's so funny. It's like we living in a world right now where people want to be close to people, but they build so many walls and they don't want to be asked questions
The
and they don't want to share
vulnerability.
That's me.
information.
That's me. I'm like
You gotta
that.
know people's
But
history.
as a tax preparer, I want people to know anybody that wants your business got it. The government got all of it already. You got a car, they got it. You got kids in school, you vote, you pay rent. Everybody, like
Got a
people
bank
that want
account.
it. That's what I'm saying. The
You drive a
government knows who
car.
you are. The government knows you. So putting all that on the table, the fact that I could get when one of my jokes is like guys saying they don't trust you. Say, I don't trust you. No, you trust me. You know why? You do trust me. You wouldn't give me your social security number, right? Or maybe don't want to give your real last name, but you trust me. If you're going to have intercourse with me without any type of protection, you trust me with your life, right? There's a big level of trust
Your
here.
life.
Don't
Yep.
tell me you don't trust me. Don't tell me you don't trust me. You don't tell a woman you don't trust her, but you lay down with her with the most precious thing you got, which is your life.
But the narrative is the same
But
for
won't
men.
give her your address.
For women, though, wait. Let me say this, and I'm for us women, but I'm for what's right because women we speak that same language of not trusting, and we let these dudes, then we open ourselves up and knowing that he doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to understanding where the traumas, what traumas look like, what we really, the language that we really speak, and even understanding why we even together. You know what I'm saying? People don't even like, are we trauma bonding? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we together?
Well, what does love look like? And but you know what?
Those
Those are questions that I had
conversations.
to ask. But those are questions I had to ask myself when I saw that relationships didn't go where I wanted them to go. Right? I started asking, and I wish more people did that thing because I think, self-discovery to actually run into yourself and delve into yourself. And
Baby,
usually, just like a therapist, all you gotta do is three letters. Ask yourself why. Keep asking yourself why.
baby, and
And
keep
delve
That's
asking.
what
into
it
it.
was.
And but you gotta keep asking. But the thing is, people ask why, but they don't sit with the part of the answer. You know what I'm
Yes, they don't
saying?
wait. The
They
time, the
don't sit
patience
with
it takes. Yeah.
you got to sit with the result of why it is. And we
And you
like
got
I
to be
said,
truthful to yourself and know
that
that you're
part.
not a liar. Because most of these people that's out here running around doing just random things is because they lie to themselves first. If you lie to yourself
Well,
first, they told themselves this lie. Okay, that's so good. And then they go promote it.
I agree with you, but you know what? Let me just say this real quick. It's what truth we tell it, because there's truth in fear and there's truth in
Yeah.
love. You know what I'm saying? So we got to know that we have to know how to distinguish what truth we telling ourselves, but it takes our environment to help us. The goes to show our environment is fucked up, baby.
No,
You know
it
what
is.
I'm saying? We are
Because
all
it's meant to produce certain things.
Well,
That's
exactly.
what
my
I'm
thing
saying.
is
And you,
this. My thing is this. With this young man here, Coy Leray's boyfriend or whatever, and she's young herself. I mean, at the end of the day, one of the things he's got to understand is, and he's gonna probably get to notice as he gets older, you don't have to like a woman's post. What is that doing? You
That
can
part
just
too.
let it go. You don't
It's
have.
opening a door.
attention seeking.
But that takes
Attention
that takes a
seeking.
that takes a maturity that he gonna have to take some losses to get to first.
Yes,
You know
and probably a lot, and sometimes a lot of losses because you're gonna sit here and
whatever.
stand on the
It
business
just comes
of
with losses.
I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. You can have 10 people say it's kind of inappropriate if you have a girlfriend to actually be liking other girls. Like if I got a thing like this. If I didn't meet her when I met you from here back, you ain't acquiring really new newbie besties. Like, how you acquiring new besties since I knew you? Any bestie that you had should have been had before, right? She need to be coming into a relationship. And we still gonna evaluate that. But how you getting new besties now, right? So there's this weird place you're like, yeah,
it's called
liking
trust.
pics.
It's a place called trust.
So it's so crazy to me to because at the end of the day, Coi Leray, her part in it is that she should have just. I mean, first of all, Coi Leray to me is like sometimes her personality is so different from Benzino. By the way,
It is.
Okay.
but anyway,
Praise her though, right?
yeah, but anyway, she should have been a lot more upfront about him on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, and the things that she wanted to do. And they both should have been upfront. They both should have came to because that's probably going to be a problem going forward. Because I don't think he got
To
the
be
discipline
fair,
not to like him.
their relationship is very new.
That,
So they're kind of still learning each other.
Right.
That
But
too.
that's what Echo said. Having those conversations about
But there's
what
also
your
a place
boundaries are.
But there's also a place where nobody owes anybody really like anything because
That's where trust comes in.
when we making an agreement that we want to be something, fine. But at the end of the day, right, I don't own you and you don't own me.
All right, just in case you're busy or you just don't know what the hell is going on, Lady Guru Show news for you. Kenya Moore denies that she owes unpaid rent for hair spa. Kenya Moore pushed back this week against reports that her salon owes tens of thousands in back rent. Court filings show a landlord sought nearly $88,000 related to unpaid rent and utilities. A judge in Georgia earlier ordered a payment schedule. The filings say the landlord, identified in court papers as Northland Chambly LLC, pressed for possession after a missed deadline. In a public post, the Star called the rent reports false. She wrote, "The reports about me being behind on my rent are false. As I have stated before, my company is in active lawsuit against my salon landlord for failing to pay nearly $80,000 in tenant improvements allowance owed to me." Okay.
Yo, real quick, first of all,
Can't stand that bitch.
let me just say, okay,
You see me, I'm burning the Palo Santo
I
because
can't stand
Lord,
Kenya Moore.
all the spirits
Listen,
why is she even a topic? We gonna get I rebuke all the spirits of Kenya Moore.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't like Kenya. I don't like Kenya.
I don't like never did.
I miss her on TV though. I ain't gonna lie, she's good TV.
Yeah, I mean,
miss
I'm
her on
kind of
TV.
new.
Let me say this.
She would make me want to fight her in real life.
It is
No, for real.
difficult being.
I don't even care either way.
She's
difficult
50.
being-
Her and 50 would be perfect together.
It is difficult being a TV personality. It is difficult being a star. And what I mean by that is that money is a real topic for these people, especially in this economy.
Then live in your means.
You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. But the means that they supposed to live in they don't want to be seen in that means.
Because it
Then what
takes
that
money
mean to me?
because it takes money to get money. And so that's that whole point right there, that money, real money, doesn't want to associate with anything that doesn't look like money.
Exactly.
So that's what happens. Real money wants to associate with money. So then it becomes your job to make yourself look
Look
like
like real
money
money.
and live with,
Yeah.
outside of your means to attract money. And so, that's that little logarithm right there that people want to act like it doesn't exist. Where we believe that what rich people would like to do is walk around and look at everybody who's homeless and say, hey, come in, or everybody who's less than them, and pull people in and uplift everyone. For the most part, they are very untrustworthy of people who
Oh,
don't have money. What are their intentions?
real quick, I just wanted to say too about that topic that it said in there that the reason why I think she hasn't paid any rent was because she's suing the landlord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
something like that. Who cares?
They put a hold on it. That's why. Usually, if you're in a lawsuit, I think
She's
we
just
spoke about that
so
last time. If you're in a lawsuit, there's usually an injunction that may say, the whole this, that, and that also allows a person to stay inside the
exactly,
apartment until whether they decide they have a decision of fact of who they believe is telling the truth, and then
exactly.
what the damages are.
But
So
yeah, and you don't right.
sometimes the judge will make you pay the money anyway and keep it in escrow, right? You're not paying it to the person, but you're keeping it to the side in case you do have to give it to them to
That's
ensure that
right.
you
You
have
have to just think it because
it. Okay,
typically
so
you're responsible even
It's
while things are in
different when the money
litigation.
is there, though, right? If you got the bread,
But when things are in litigation, they don't have you pay. Or they
mhm,
wait until typically after, and then
mhm,
once it's been settled, then they'll have you pay. Like simply with rental, with having rent. Like if you have a
yeah,
disagreement with your landlord takes you to rental court, you stop paying your rent. The judge is not going to tell you don't owe any rent. The judge is going to
exactly.
tell you, okay, this is what you owe after the settlement, but you're still responsible to pay. People be thinking,
that's
oh
what
no,
I'm
I'm not going to
saying.
pay my monthly rent. Nah, so I think it's right now. I mean, I'm just saying, is there ain't there we got so much
Anyway,
more shit in the world going
anyway,
on than Kenya fucking Moore and her problems that are we listen, I live in a 3-bedroom apartment with one bathroom that's $3,000 a fucking month. Leave me alone, okay? I ain't got nothing. I don't give a shit about Kenya Moore.
Ah,
Yeah.
Debbie, you want to continue at this
we'll
point? I don't.
continue with specifics. She said she spent more than 300,000 to build a salon. Moore added that the landlord promised a tenant improved allowance. She said the landlord failed to reimburse her those agreed expenses. Well, there goes the answer.
Yeah,
In other
well,
news, Tory Lane's appeal rejected as California Supreme Court upholds 10-year prison term. Damn. The California
Tori,
Supreme
I gotta speak on that.
California Supreme Court on Thursday declined to take up Tory Lanez's petition. The move leaves intact the 10-year prison term that followed his 2022 conviction. A 3-judge panel of 2 district courts of appeal had already rejected Tory Lane's argument in November. That appellate ruling found no reversible error in the trial's judge's decision. Prosecutors say evidence supported the jury's verdict. During the original sentence hearing, a prosecutor said the shooting happened after an argument. Deputy District Attorney Alexander Bott told the court the incident bruised his ego. Lane's attorneys argued the trial had flaws. They criticized the admissions of certain testimonies and social media evidence. The appellate, or I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. Appellate. Okay, appellate. The appellate panel called any alleged errors harmless. Well, that was in case you were busy or you just don't know what the hell is going on. Lady Guru Show news for you.
Mia Love.
Well, let me just say this. I have to say this. Tori, I owe you an apology because when this whole thing first came out, I was on the side of Megan because I didn't like the fact that so many men were just jumping on a black woman. I didn't say whether he was right or wrong. I just hated the passive aggressive personalities that just wanted to show at that time. You know what I'm saying? Just on the strength without knowing it. So I was just defending, like, get off her back. You don't know what the fuck. None of us were there. You know what I'm saying? But understanding, but it put me in an ignorant place, and I have to apologize for that. So growth, right? But understanding this, oh gosh, that was really, they did him dirty.
Yep. And I
They
knew it
did
from the
him.
beginning.
They did
was
him
Rock
so
Nation
dirty.
and
I
Jay-Z.
I felt it from
You
the
know, and I'm
beginning.
gonna say
I
this.
never believed her.
I'm new in the
Sorry,
music
not sorry.
industry. I'm new in the music industry. But I don't have a goal. I don't give a fuck if anybody like me. You know what I'm saying? Never did. I didn't care for I didn't care for her personality when she was
Yeah.
but when I saw, I didn't care about what I liked about her. I just was like, this is a black woman. We need to protect our women. But yo, I really, Tori, I'm sorry, because you did not deserve that.
And they tried to kill him in there too. Let's not forget that.
He got stabbed up,
Yep.
right?
That would just be
That was
convenient.
this is
I think
if what is
That that that
unfolding to
that
look
that was
like if
all
she was
that was
in
all
some jealous
inside
shit.
shit.
I
It's
think
unfolding to look
yeah.
like she was on some jealous shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She couldn't, you know what I'm saying? She was doing some little
She
grimy
couldn't
hood
handle her
shit.
coke.
Yeah. But you know
Facts.
what?
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying? And
my
nah,
issue with this entire
as a
thing
black
is
woman, I
that
hold you responsible. Nah.
yeah. And my issue with this entire thing is I'm very upset that this whole story, the circumstances of this case is going to go down like the assassination of JFK. Like, what is we talking
Facts.
about? We can never find out exactly what
What
happened.
happened?
Like, what is this part of it
It's
and
too
that
many
part of
details.
it?
Fucking
And
Watergate.
any of the details that we ever heard that came out over time, you would think
Torygate.
that during an appeal, they should have been considered, right? The stuff that we found out. But no, his appeal got turned down with the
For what?
decision of health. And then there's another like
I
nice
know.
little shadow piece to it when we're looking at
Oh,
the shin down
hmm.
the shin. And
But
we're looking at all that. We got a nice little shadow piece right there in the
Tory was
corner of
getting
this
too
area.
big.
This
Tory
little
was getting too big.
okay, and giving too much information
Yes, he
and
was
talking
giving too
too
much
much.
information.
What is he? Daylight? No, day
No,
what? He's
Daystar. Daystar.
Daystar, okay? Giving too much information, leading, we don't know what kind of talks was happening other places, what rumblings were going on, because anytime nobody can actually really find out what happened when people were there and cameras and this, that, there's a lot of money behind it and a lot of
There's a lot of
meddling that
NDAs
keeps
too.
things from happening.
Mm.
A
As
lot of
soon as he found
NDAs.
out how to cut out the middleman, that's when everything started going downhill.
Yep, and then you watch another person's
Look what they did to
career
Bill.
soar.
Mhm.
Another person's career
Michael.
soar, and
Oh,
they look untouchable, and nothing is
Prince.
touching it.
So
Yeah.
the list goes on. The list
on
goes
and on.
It's been a good show. You know what I'm saying? For everybody out there, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hey, gurus, this is the Lady Guru Show. And we are out of here.
Ow.
Peace and love.
Hey.
Spicy red